Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Mouton, director and producer of Freudian Eyebrow, and I want to talk to you about how this movie was produced, was directed, how it was completed in the SPIFF process. One of the things that we did that was different than most other people is we shot it very compressed in only 4 days. We shot using Fuji Eterna 250D film, 35mm film on Ariflex cameras, which of course produce these really nice 4 reels of Freudian Eyebrow film. Now, in addition to the 35mm film, we also used something called a K2 HD camera that was shot with 24 frames per second to mimic a film field, and we mixed the two together. So this is a mixed media production. And we did something called the SPIFF, which is a speed process for improving feature film. On the DVD, there's an explanation about the SPIFF process. And the SPIFF process involves compressing production time in order to improve the impact on the environment. Typical movies, they can go for many weeks and months, and because of that, you've got a lot of carbon footprints from people driving their cars back and forth, the trucks that go out there, the generators that are used, the honey wagons, the places where the actors go in to change and relax. Then you've also got the waste of all the food that's cooked, and the excess food, and the excess paper, and the exhaust. Then you've also got the generators that are powering the cameras and the equipment and the lighting equipment, and just tons and tons of electricity and wasted environmental impact. Well, in a SPIFF film, it's all compressed down to 4 days, and we kept in mind, how are we going to minimize our impact on the environment? One of the things that we used was fluorescent lights. And in using fluorescent lights, and as you know at home, typically you have a light bulb. If you change it to a fluorescent light, it's going to be cooler, it lasts a lot longer, it's better for the environment. Using the fluorescent lights during shooting, we were able to keep the set cool. We didn't have to draw as much electricity, so we were able to use batteries and able to minimize the amount of electricity that was used during the filming process. Same was also true with our high efficiency batteries that were used for sound and the boom equipment. And another aspect of minimizing things to just 4 days is it produces an excellent return on the investment for individuals that put money into the film so that they can see profits afterwards. Now, for many films, money is lost during production and then lost in post-production because of the amount of time that it takes to shoot the film. Well, one of the things we wanted to do was to minimize that aspect, so at least we've got some control over it. So by spiffing a film, and this particular film was spiffed for an independent film because we had no studio backing. This was all private investment money. It's a SPIFF I, which is for the most extreme way of being able to do this. A SPIFF I, of course, being SPIFF independent, and ultra extreme is for how we absolutely minimized everything possible. Now, most films you wouldn't expect it to SPIFF at this particular level, but one of the things we wanted to do was to prove a fact. We wanted to go in and say, hey, we're going to shoot this in 4 days. We're going to do it right. So just about every day we had to deal with everybody's Hollywood mentality about, oh no, this is going to take, you can't do it this way. We need another few hours to set up lights. We need a couple hours to go and do this, or I can't move that. Well, in this kind of film, as in the case in most independent films, you do a lot of things on your own, but with a SPIFF film, everything was figured out to be extremely efficient. We were doing rewrites on the fly. We did things that would maximize the effect of what we were going for. And in the end, we've got an excellent comedy and suspense film. So I hope you enjoy the film. You'll be able to see some examples of the different types of cameras. The K2 camera, which has almost like a skeletal piece to it that fits over a harness and then is wired out over to a Mac, where you have another person that's inputting the file, so you can see those things on the fly. We had a video assist with 35mm Arriflex, so that made it easy to kind of see what's going on at the same time. We didn't have to wait for the dailies. And when you're shooting in 4 days, you really can't wait for dailies. So, again, hope you enjoy the film. Look forward to getting out our DVDs and to seeing you in the theater.